day. I will have this call now, and then I will have another call around 1 p.m. New York time. Okay, guys? Okay, so I start first by looking at this trade that we took yesterday. I'm sorry if you hear me drink coffee at the same time. I don't want to disturb you guys. Okay. Here you have the price action we had yesterday. So if I want to explain properly, I will go here on this because I have two charts. I have one is light, and for explanations, I mostly come here before so you can see. Let's go on GBP USD. When you go on GBP USD, what do you have here? I have to show you on the daily time frame first. On the daily time frame, you have something that I talked about on Sunday. When you observe price, you have to ask yourself what are the highs, lows, okay, open and close, because those are the most important thing that you will have to look at. Okay, look at this. If I go on the line chart, okay, and I will create yellow lines. Okay, yellow lines for us right now will be just for explanation. So everything that's not yellow will not be something that I draw now. So I'm drawing everything new, but which will be yellow. Okay, look at this. We have this peak high here. You see the high here, the highest point. Okay, everybody can see it here. I mark it with a yellow line. Okay, now let's go back to the candlestick. When you go to the candlestick, you see how price came later and reacted there. React here. This candle swept the yellow line and then closed inside. Okay, this is already showing me what? Intent to go lower. Because on the lower time frame, it should be creating lower low and lower highs. You see? So when I know that this is a week, I'll take my blue line here, okay, and mark this as the weekly high and a weekly low. So now, after that, we have the second week of February, okay? After having this as the second week of February, we were expecting price to go either up here or down here. Price never touched nothing, either here or here. It stayed inside. How do we call this? I said this last time. It's called an inside bar. Why do I call it an inside bar? Because it can be a day, it can be a week, it can be a H8 or a H4. I don't care. It's inside. It means the previous candle is bigger on the high and the lower sides. So this candle that is saying inside have something that you should understand. Every time that price will touch its level, they will have a reaction. Okay? Now, we know this is the weekly time frame. Every candle here is from Monday to Friday. Monday to Friday, and then it formed. Monday to Friday, and it formed. So every candle is a weekly candle. If I drop on a daily now, let's see what day were we yesterday. Yesterday, we were Monday, okay? This is Monday. And when I look at this, I saw the previous day. I want another yellow line. I want you to understand. The previous day of yesterday was here. You see that? It was here. Okay? You see that? Knowing that we swept up here, the previous weekly high, trying to react from this. Remember the yellow line that I showed you on a line chart when we were on a weekly? You remember this one? Well, once we reacted from there, now on the daily, you can see when we did react here. It was last week on Wednesday. And price pushed lower, closed here, and on Friday, we came back up. So this moving up could be a bullish sign, okay? But look at what Monday did. Monday started, swept the highs of Friday, and came inside here. So when I have this, I have GBP, USD. I always look at Euro, USD to understand which one is the best one. The one that will have more confluence for me will be the one that I will choose to trade. Okay. So I'm looking to sell. Okay. But the idea is not clear yet. Why? Because on Monday, we're still here. We're still here. At that point, I went back to Euro USD. And Euro USD, look at what it showed me. Let's go back on the daily time frame now. Look at what USD did. This was Monday. Yellow line. Monday, it's here. Okay? High and low. Perfect. This is on the daily. Oh, sorry. This is Friday because I used the replay button. Sorry, I confused myself. So this is Monday. Yeah. Perfect. This is Monday here. The yellow line here. Okay. You know this is Monday, right? You can see when you move your mouse, you can see it down here. Down here, you can see the days. You see Monday, 16th of February. Now, what I'm trying to show you here is what did the previous days do? The previous days created another inside bar. Why? Look at this. This was Wednesday. What happened on Thursday? Created an inside bar. This inside bar was a reference point because remember what I told you, the inside bar, the one that I will turn green now, it's where we are expecting price to react. The first one is as soon as price hit it, it will move in the other direction. But you can see here on Friday, price did not go anywhere. Price came back down here, touched the extremes, and then went up, never reached here. So we know now we are bearish. It confirmed what we are seeing on GBP USD. What we'll do on Monday, I will come closer. I will go on H1. Let me go now on H1. I'll go on H1 and I will show you something. On H1, I marked my 8 candles, so I know 8 candles here. But I'm telling myself, if price close below the previous day, I mean the previous days is Friday's low, okay? The one that I will mark now in red. Do you see that? Here. You see that? I will mark it in red. I really want you to understand this, guys. It will help you so much. Now that we have this red line, I don't want confusion. I'm going to remove the yellow line now and keep the red as my lowest point of the previous day. I'm trying to sell. What will I do? I will have to wait for a certain time. That certain time will be maybe New York session after the first hour. It means after 9, after the New York Stock Exchange open, should be 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. is here. And I will observe price before that. If everything that will happen before that, I will not try to use it. But when price does this, now I will drop on M15 and come closer. I want to see if I can have a setup from where I can enter. But look at what price is doing now. We stayed here all night. We stayed here. And as soon as the day ended, I told everyone to close before the close of the market. I told everyone to close their entries and then to re-enter later. And that's what we did. That's what happened. Because now on GBP USD, when price played out the same, it was here, and price that I was expecting to drop here, because my target has been measured by the range of this last move, which is the last H8, inside of my inside bar, price melted. It gave the entry around, look, 7 p.m. here. 7 p.m., 7:15, it went down, melted, stayed there, waited for the news, and after the news, drop. You see, this is a setup that I caught, but I did not react to the market. I never reacted. It was planned. I was waiting for this. That's what we are trying to do today in this call. We are trying to catch moves before they happen. We are trying to anticipate and discover what price could do on every different pairs. Here is GBP USD, the one I've just showed you on the light chart, because I have a darker and a lighter chart. Sorry. Now, we have certain pairs here. I will forget GBP USD and Euro USD. I will go on, let me go on this chart. I have a blue leopard chart here, which is light also. We're going to go here and try to have the cleanest chart ever. Do you see the lines here? We have the blue line, which is the previous weekly high. The gray line is the previous daily high. Here, the previous daily low, and here, the previous weekly low. We are not in mode, replay mode anymore. I'm going to leave replay mode on every of my, okay? Now we are here, that's good. We take this, we remove every drawing, and then we go back. Now, this is how, this are your steps. First step, when you want to catch a move, take notes now, guys. First note, every time you want to catch a move, you must think weekly. Think weekly. What does that mean? Think weekly means you will go look for the beginning of the week. Okay? Let me just write it properly. I don't want to type too much because it's going to take us time to actually do what we have to do, and I'll be just typing texts. So I'm trying to do the fastest I can here. Okay? Think weekly means what? You look at the weekly next candle theory. I'm teaching you next candle theory every time, but I think we will have this very soon. I will have a complete course around the next candle theory that I developed myself. And yeah, here I will show you this. Okay, I'm going to change the text. Okay, I'm just doing this so we can be fast. You have 4 different aspects you have to think. Okay. So think weekly. When I say weekly, I'm just pushing you to think higher time frame. It means what? You need to think what will be the next candle on the weekly, and then in that supposition that you have, in that thesis that you have on the weekly, what day are we? What day are we? So you can guess or anticipate the daily next candle. Are you writing down? Because this is how you will approach the market. So what day are we will help you understand in the formation of the week. Are you late? Are you early? Are you waiting for something? Or is something happening right now? You can never be out of these 4 phases. And then what day are we? Daily New York candle theory. And when you're on the weekly time frame, you need to check your calendar of the week. Calendar of the week will help you understand what should I or should I not. Okay, let me show you here. Calendar of the week. You should ask yourself what day to trade and what day to restriction. You must put restrictions and opportunities. because you know what time, at what time price will move, and you don't want to be in a trade during starting a trade during a news with a large spread, and you just get stopped out for no reason. Okay, or maybe you had a trade that was going okay, and now you know that the news will come up. You already have like 80% of your results, your profit. You may just close your trade and avoid that news to take you out. Also, what the news will show you, it could explain why the price is not moving yet. I saw someone asked yesterday, ask why Nasdaq and US 500 were not moving. You should understand that some certain days where they have holidays and certain events around the world, like the Chinese Happy New Year's, or the certain events around the world, sometimes the market will not move, but you will see that on the news calendar. Okay, so you have the news calendar that is like a roadmap to understand what should I trade and what not. Okay, on a news calendar, what I will tell you is to never trade before a news. When I mean before, it's what? The previous session or the previous hour. Depends on the news. Because if you trade in the previous session or previous hour, you could be in a trade that is negative. Now you are waiting for it to come break even, and the news happen and it takes you out. So don't take any trade at the day of the news, that like FOMC. Don't take it before. You can take it after, not before the news. Okay. The last thing you should think about when you are on a higher time frame are your key levels. Key levels will give you two things. They'll give you direction when you combine the daily and the H4. Okay, everything I'm saying here is coming from my head. I don't prepare my calls on paper because I'm talking from experience and from what I really do. So there's no hidings or secrets or stuff. So you have this. You have to think about your key levels. Direction, which will be more defined by the daily and the H4. Most of the time, you just don't care about the weekly key level, but you should care, because if price reach the weekly key level, there will be a reaction. Note that and write it down. The weekly reaction can give you a daily trade, can give you a H4 trade. That's why you care about the weekly candle, about the weekly key level and the weekly candle. But you don't really care to wait for 1 week to take a trade. No. Okay, let me show you this. Let's keep our chart clean here and our text. Can everybody read what I just wrote here, or I need to increase the size? How can I increase the size of each one of them? I think you can see, right? You can see. Just type yes if you can see my text. I don't need to increase the size too much because we will not have enough space.
It's good. It's good.
Okay. Can you just type, please? And the mic is so the others can also read what you just said. Okay. So here you have the first thing that you have to do to get, because what are we doing here? We are trying to hunt the market. Let me show you here. Trying to hunt. What does a hunter do? The hunter prepares. Okay, the hunter prepares. He knows, because if you see my name all around the place, it's blue leopard. The leopard is one of my favorite animal. It's a big cat that lives in Africa and most of the savannas in the world. And I love how it hunts. So that's why I'm telling you this. Trying to hunt is preparation. It's not reacting. You should know that. When you're trying to hunt, you have, first of all, to think higher time frame. 2, which would be to look at the bigger picture. When someone is trying to hunt, it will come, set the traps, observe price, and read everything that price is doing before, set levels and alerts, and know how to react if price does this and if price does that. So the second thing, when you're trying to hunt on the market, and when I said, before I go to the next point, when I said to see on the weekly next candle theory, you should go through your basket. Okay, go through your basket. What does that mean? To go through your basket means you have a list of pairs on the side here on a trading view, and you just go one by one on the weekly time frame. That's how you will do it. Let me go here. I have metals, I have forex, and I have indices. I have other forex here, but I'm not gonna use them. I will add. Let me run more. Okay, good. I'll put USD JPY here on the top. USD CHF. Let's add on the list Euro AUD real quick. Now you should follow me, guys, because I will start going faster. I will accelerate now. We have Euro AUD, you have GBP AUD. Okay, when you have GBP AUD and Euro AUD, I think your list is almost, you can put USD CAD also, and now you have everything you need here. Okay, everything is here. I will forget the metals for now because I don't send you trade ideas about metals or indices. We will keep this as our list. Okay, now we will start from the down here and then we go on the top. This is how you search the market. Now let's go back here. I'm giving you the second tip to hunt the market. When you think higher time frame, is to get the context. Weekly will tell you where we're going on a weekly. The daily will tell you what phases are we in, what day of the week means where are we going. Okay, and only here, the second point, I have a whole chapter to teach you guys about the 3 days count, because you must know there are principles that have been observed from years and centuries, how price react. It's related to human psychology. So you have the day counts, you have the 3 days, and you have signal days. You have days when they do something, the next day will be almost obvious. Okay, so I will show you how to count the days, the 3 days count, and how you could understand the weekly templates. The weekly templates will help you understand what could be the next candle theory. Okay, what could be the next candle forming and behavior. When you use the calendar, you now know I'm gonna trade tomorrow, but not on this pair, not on this instrument. Why? Because I could get stopped out and it will not be good for my account. Okay, so the calendar will help you filter what you just selected from these two. You will see the calendar and you choose which one is the best one. This number 1 point here can take you like 30 to 15 minutes a day if you do it right. The key levels will tell you where price reacted. So according to what pair you chose, the direction you chose, and the context you had on the higher time frame, and the selection you made here, now you will focus on the right instrument, but you will see how they are started to react, or they are going toward a key level, or they just left the key level. So you know exactly in the timing of the movement, because there's a move. You know the price will move from here to here, but you don't know when it's going to move from here and when it's going to reach here. This is what the key level will give you. It will give you timing. Key level will give you timing and exact level. Okay, and now I don't use it on Forex. The last thing, and that is the first one that I use here, is volume. Because when you have time, price, and volume, you have the 3 factors that will always give you the right information on your charts. Here we have time and price, but we don't have volume. And if you want to add volume, the only tool that I use is the fixed range volume profile, which is it's it's a tool that is free from um, before it was being paid. Now it's free on TradingView. Okay, if you go here on the projections where you have the entry, short, forecast, you can see the fixed range volume profile. And if you mark the fixed range volume profile, how do you use it to use it on a weekly? Because I did not mark it here on this time frame, but you should add it here. You will go look for the first day of the week, like here. It was Monday. You will mark it until today. Okay, this is Monday. All this was Monday, sorry. Like here, this is Tuesday that we started. And now you can go back on the previous Monday, so the beginning of the previous week. And here you will have the volume price of previous week and your previous day. These two will help you understand where is the price going and where are the zone where price will drop fast or where it will react. Okay, because if you see here, this is a high volume node and this is also a high volume node. You can see how price came and reacted to these levels. If I squeeze it like this, and I'm showing you this, I will create a rectangle. This is a high volume node. What did happen here? If this is a high volume node, what did happen here? If this is a high volume node on the weekly time frame, on the previous week, I will mark them like this, and then I will delete this guy. Okay, I will have a full course on volume profile, but this now I will just delete it. These levels, these zones, I mark them very roughly, but just to explain to you guys how price will come and react to these levels later. And you see it here. You see how price reacted here. You see how it reacted here. You see how we came here, broke out of this, and reacted on the daily one, because the daily also, the previous day also will have the certain zones. You can mark them in a different color, so you know this is for the daily volume profile, like maybe here, like this. You will take another one, like here. This one is a big one, and you mark like this. Okay, here we also have another one, but I'm just showing you how you could use volume profile to edit your analysis. And when you see price will react to these zones, if you combine this with your key levels, you will find yourself finding entries that are very, very precise. Let me show you one here, just for example. Peak high, peak formation, high, peak formation, low. We have a peak high here. You see, we also have another one here. We have another one here. You just mark them. You don't know where price will react, right? But when you come on the M15, look at how price reacted to this level. You see, it was between two high volume node zone, so you know it's valid. It must be near at least one. But when you have something like this, you have a reaction here. Okay, one reaction here, one reaction here. These are entries above the weekly. This was above the previous daily high, and here above the Asian high. And this gave us the same trade we had yesterday on GBP USD. This one was to enter on another point, okay, using another concept just by thinking about the higher time frame. Okay, so I'm going to remove all of this. I was just telling you guys, sorry, I need to bring it back because we have our notes up here. I will have to remove all this. Vale. Now here, if I go on H1, I think, no, M5. Okay, M15, I think. Okay, so the second point I was trying to show you now how we want to try to hunt the market is number 2. All this will happen around the daily and the H4, the weekly, the daily, and the H4. Okay, once you finish that, once you know you have set the direction, you know the context of the market, and you also know the key levels where price reacted. Now you should focus on the behavior of each day, but the first thing that you look at is your zones. Okay. The second thing that you look at is liquidity. And the third is your timings. You already know the when not to enter. You already know where your price could react, the timing and the model. So now I'm going to write here the zones. Zones means what? You must care about the premium and discount area. You must be aware of premium and discount area. This is just a synonym to understand your structure. Okay? If you understand your structure, then you can focus on liquidity. Liquidity means who is in the market, what stop losses are targeted to be taken out before the next and the perfect move. And the last point here that you focus on is the model of entry, which is defined by behavior of lower time frame candle and timing. Timing wise, you should know behavior of candle and timing. Timing means what? Means when is the market about to move? Okay. And I'm going to write something down here so you can understand this. Timing wise, if you want to trade London, I'm giving you this now. Focus about 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. If you want to trade New York session, focus around 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. This is the AM session. Okay. This should be the window of time that you care about. Everything outside here should not be what you care about. But if you come at an hour like right now, we are talking, it's about to be 5 a.m. Our window will close soon. You can look at what price did from 2 to 5 a.m. and understand that you had a reaction and see if you can continue with that move. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm saying this. If this is our window of time and we arrive at some point like this, and we have a level like here, maybe, let me just mark this as a green line, and we had to enter from this green line, okay? When we enter from the green line and we came after 5 a.m., because our window is 2 to 5, okay? When you arrive and you see price has already reacted to the level you were targeting, your target is somewhere here, and you arrive late, sometime price will give you a reaction like this, but after 5, but you already know we had the main reaction. This is just a mitigation that I'm trying to catch, and I will give it like this. Last week, we had a very good trade with GBP USD. I sent a trade, and then I caught the mitigation of GBP USD. I'm trying to find it here, if we have one. Yeah, I think I caught it. Let me see if I have it. Yeah, it's this one. You see here, price reacted here already, and now my window of time was over. I was expecting to see a retracement, but it did not come here. Now look at this other trade we took on GBP USD as well. Next day is not the same trade. Price started the move already. We could enter here, but I came and took a point of interest on the mitigation point, expecting price to continue. So sometimes you can come late. You must understand that it's not over. You can still enter from a mitigation point. Okay. So from this, I just gave you the whole process, how to choose a pair and how to almost take a trade. I did not explain in details what model you're gonna use here to catch the trade, but you have the first model. Take notes. This is very important. Maybe it could help you. When you have a key level on H4, okay? Sorry if I draw it on the text. Price comes and hits my H4 and it starts going. You drop from here, you drop on M5 or M15. Are you listening what I'm saying, guys? This is an entry model I'm giving you guys. Type zeros in the chat if you can hear me, because I don't want you to miss this. Everyone who types zeros here, I know is listening to me. Type zeros in the chat. Great. When price reach a key level on H4, after 10 or 5 minutes, something like that, you go on M5 or M15. What are you looking there? You are looking here to see what we call the high probability pricing sequence, or some people call it AMD. AMD is accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Some other people, we call it the reversal pattern. Some people will call it head and shoulder. Okay? Some other will call it Quasimodo. They have many names, but this will explain why I'm calling it the high probability pricing sequence or accumulation, manipulation, distribution. It's an entry model which is based on the fact that before a big move, price will always create an inducement. What does that mean? I'm going to show you now on the chart. Let's go on a key level H4 on here. On gold, for example, let me remove every drawing. Let's go and find a key level on H4, and we're going to see it together. This is gold, okay? I'm looking for a key level. I'm looking where price reacted, and then it went on another direction. Let's say this is an H4 key level, okay, guys? Let me grab this and call it key level. Boom, here. We have key level, right? Let's drop now here. What do you have? Do you see what is happening here? Price came, touched it, and went back. Okay, now tell me, if you entered here, how could you be in a drawdown? How could you even miss this trade? You want another one? Let's see. I explained that in the last call, guys. We have 3 types of key levels. We have peaks, valleys, and breakouts. Breakouts is when you have a candle, which is followed by the candle of the same color, and in the middle, you have that breakout, okay? So when I show you here, we can see another key level where price reacted like magic here, okay? Even this guy here reacted from a key level. If I drop here and come on H4, I come here, what do you have? You see that? It's another key level. Let me show you up here. Where did price react from? Here, from a key level. What is it? Peak, valley, or breakout? Peak, peak, breakout, valley. Now, when price reach an H4 key level, you come on M5. This is an entry model I'm giving you guys that can make you profitable just by yourself without any other courses. Now look at this. Price came, dropped, high pricing, high probable pricing sequence. Okay, it means price will drop. What is the sequence? You have engineering, manipulation, which is also called liquidation or inducement. Then you have the distribution to show the direction. Then you have the rebalance to balance around the imbalance point. And then you have the confirmation. You can enter here. I will put it in green. Why? Because it's the end of the sequence. The sequence will start with engineering. We have to engineer liquidity. Okay? Then we have to suppress or liquidate or induce the sellers. But let's call it, how do you call it in English? Suppress liquidity. I'm looking for a word, but it's just liquidation. You can call it a sweep of liquidity. Liquidity sweep. You have engineering, liquidity sweep. Then you have the real break of structure or reasonable or the right break of structure. Just call it RBOS. The RBOS will be the one that will break after a sweep, showing you the direction. It will start the distribution. This is the distribution, okay? After this, after the distribution, you have the rebalance. Why? Because every time price goes in imbalance, you have to rebalance in the 50%. So around the 50%, you will have the rebalance. And from this rebalance, you can now expect the sequence is full, the full sequence, high probability pricing sequence is full. Now you can expect price to go up. I'm not going to show you any other entry model. I don't want to confuse you. I just want you to keep this one in your heads and you can use it to enter. Whatever you see a key level on the daily or H4 react, go on a lower time frame and find yourself an HPPS. When you have the HPPS, you have a correct entry, because this is it's thing that will happen with different stages. You have the engineering, then you have the liquidation or the sweep, then you will have the distribution. Let me write it correctly. Distribution is where price starts to go and create the break of structure. Some people call it change of character or market structure shift. Call it how you want, but it's just the break of structure that is valid. The break of structure that is caused from institutional decision. So it's the real break of structure, okay? And from here, if it's the first time you hear this, type 0. If it's the second or third time you hear this, type 1. Type 0 if you never heard this. After the distribution, you'll have the rebalance. Okay. After the rebalance, you can have your entry. Okay. Oh, so you all have heard this. Good. Perfect. The high pricing sequence will help you. It's just a model. I have 5 or 6 models. I just need to share you. This one is the one that will be the most easy to understand, but also the one that will help you combine with everything that I told you on the higher time frame and maybe the volume as well. So here, what do you have? You must look for the last bullish move before we touch this guy here. And it's here. You can see it there. When you have that, you will come pick the highest point of that candle, not the open and close, and you mark it. If you see price close above it, you have the real break of structure. This is the real break of structure, or the relevant break of structure. Once you have the relevant break of structure and price closed above it, you expect now to see this imbalance. This is an imbalance move. to be rebalanced. You can come and grab your fib or anything that can show you the 50%. And from the 50%, you see how price reacted here. You will grab your entry, put it here, stop loss below the low here, and you can target 3R or 2.5. I prefer 4. 4 is my standard because all my entries reach 2.5 or 4. 2.5 is here, around here. So in few minutes, you will have your take profit. Okay, guys? So this is what I'm just telling you here. You must understand the model of entry that is happening on a lower time frame. But the time that will happen, it will be 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. If we go back here, you see here it was on gold. This one I'm giving you is for standard Forex major pairs, especially Euro USD and GBP USD. And it's not a weird entry if you take one here around Asia session. If you had the reaction already, okay, one criteria is not met, you should take an entry, but you put like the half of your risk and then observe what price will do when we open again. Now, when we open again around London session, around 2 a.m., we had another high pricing sequence. We had, first of all, this high creating a level that could be a supply to sell, but then the problem is it never broke this level here. And if we know that it's never broke this level here, it means it's a weak level. It's a weak SND. It's a trap. Okay, so I'll just call it a trap. And when you have a trap, whatever you're expecting to see is now on the other side of the trap. You want to see another formation of the high pricing sequence, and that's how you can enter later. So I'm going to grab a line, show you after this break of structure, we had another range from the trap here down here. This line is the limit of the range. Remember, premium and discount. We are on M5. Price came inside. We swept these levels. And after this sweep, we had a break of structure. We broke structure, but we did not have an imbalance. So I'm going to consider all this as one price action, one sweep, because it's a sweep, but it stayed consolidating. We had another sweep inside, but this is protected. So on gold or some, you can go look for a divergence. You will find the divergence here on another pair. It will maybe have a lower like this. Another move will be lower and another will be here. It will confirm you that you are doing the right thing. So from this rejection, which is a rejection week, when you have this rejection, you can find yourself another high pricing sequence. The same thing happen again. You will catch the breakout structure. After this, consider a sweep that is valid already. And inside here, you can take your 50% from here to here, because this is where you had the imbalance. The rebalance came back. You had the, where is it? Yeah, the fib move tool. The 50% is here. You will catch your move around here, protect below all of these lows. And this, you will enter in the right time frame. Okay, but you already, like I told you, you came late. You know price has started the move here. Then you came late during your time. You respected your time, and you found yourself another entry, and you took one here. New York gave you the same thing. New York came, created this high, showing that after this break of structure, we expect another sweep. And from this sweep, if we have an imbalance, price should come back and rebalance it. Okay, where is the imbalance formed? It's formed inside here. Can we rebalance this imbalance? Yes. We came and closed. Where did we close? Above this guy. It was here. So all this is my leg. I will take my fib, pull up inside 50% again. This is the one that you will take in the New York time frame. Can you see the time down there? It's 10:45. Here it was around 5 a.m. at the end of your window, but you are correct to take it at the right time, and you can continue the same move. But sometimes if you come late and the target were reached already, price will not give you that entry in New York or in London. But if you see the continuation model, you will just take your entries. Okay, guys? So this is how I hunt the market. I will go on the weekly first, then I will ask myself what day we are, and on the calendar I will look at the news, and then mark my key levels. And as soon as I have the a rejection or a reactor on key level, I will go now on H1 to look at my structure. So here it's a top-down analysis from weekly to H4, and you will understand your direction. Okay, let me put it bigger. Weekly to H4. Okay, and here it's from H1. Okay, you will move to M15, and you can enter on M15 or M5. Okay, on M5. And if you are using the fractal model that I showed you, here, after doing all this, you will use H4. M30 and M5. Okay, guys. These are the two ways you can go on a lower time frame and take your entries. This is how you hunt an opportunity. Now, as I just told you, after thinking higher time frame, you must wait, because here is the waiting game for your alerts. On a lower time frame, you have one job. You have to wait for your alert to ring, because your alert will be well placed to give you a play. You have to wait for your plays to come and form. Okay, I'm going to push this here. I'm doing this so you can screenshot this. Okay, here, and we're gonna catch this candle timing. Yeah, let's screenshot this. Okay, guys, if you have screenshotted and I can move on, type 1 in the chat, please. It's the best way to communicate with ones and zeros. Type 1 if you want me to move on now. And if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask. Okay. Is everything good, guys? Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. How many are we here? Danny, Alban, JB, Juve, Miss Z, and Vin. Okay, good, good, good. Now, guys, let's go in the real. Let's go do the real stuff now. I think everyone know now how to hunt for opportunities in this market. I'm gonna go down on GBP AUD quickly right now. I have okay. Let's do it on the darker, because I have everything already here. I'm gonna see it together. Okay, guys, let's go. I'll go on the daily first. What does the daily do? Okay, you see how previous day closed bearish. So this is today. We had on G8, we had a sweep. Let's use the yellow lines so you guys can see it. Sorry, we have this yellow line. I want you to see what I'm drawing. The yellow line is okay. People are texting me, sorry. So here we have, this was Friday. Monday came, swept Friday's high and closed bearish. Tuesday, we started the move going lower. Okay, seems like we are late on GBP AUD, but can we enter? I think we can. Maybe we should go look for a position inside this Tuesday candle on a retracement, and then we're gonna draw our price lower. But the thing is, we should ask ourselves, do we have a major news that could affect GBP AUD today? I didn't see one. I saw one when Forex Factory, where is it? One news happened in the morning today on GBP. I don't think there's another big candle or red candle that we could use to move the market, but we can go check on the orange holders. Sometime some of them can move the market. Here we have USD only on Empire State Manufacturing Index, and GBP or another one that passed already. So we have CAD and USD remaining. Okay, so I'm not gonna think this could be my first choice, because first of all, the candle have went to the direction I was expecting, because this was supposed to be the target if we entered today. And let me show you how real quick before we move to another pair. If I come here and drop on M15, look at what price did here. We had the previous day start here. You know the days are here. Let me mark in red. This was Monday price action. After pushing up, after pushing 1 day, 2 days, like I told you, I will show you how from a weekly low, if we move up, we made three pushes higher. One, yeah, I need a pencil. Yeah, one push, second push, and third push. It means we broke 3 levels in stairs, and we came and stopped in at a level without going up. So 1, 3, 2 pushes showing intents. All the trend line traders enter here now. They think that price will continue because this is supposed to be a trend. The second day after the next day after this move, okay, if it's closed bearish, it's a sign of weakness. So after this, we had a break here. We closed bearish because we opened here and closed here. We closed bearish. It's a bearish candle. The next day, what we are supposed to do is just to catch the trapped traders and go in the other direction to catch the liquidity that like I told you. The first one is here. The second one is until we reach here. So I think price will go and grab all this liquidity. So the target is coming down from the previous weekly high in the weekly open up here until we drop here down to the previous weekly low. So price opened here, created a high, swept the previous day's high, closed bearish after forming this liquidity since the previous days and the previous weekly low. And now price today opened. This is today, now here. And inside here, we expect to see a bearish move. Do you see how I go from the higher time frame, and now I can almost understand and see the right direction for the price to go toward this level. And this is where we expect price to go, on this yellow line here. This is the target we should aim for. And when I come here, how did the session do? Asia session here helped sweep the previous New York session. So one push, three push again. Okay, what do you see? Drop. So every time you will see that happen most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time you have 1, 2, 3 pause or 1, 2, 3 retracement. Okay, one broke this session, two here. So we have 1, 2, 3 pause. One session, second session, 3 drop. 1, 2, 3 drop. Do you see that? This is what I was telling you. I will teach you how to count the moves because they can help you have an idea. You had a drop, 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 pause, reverse. Okay? It will help you understand on every subdivision because this is session subdivision. It's 8 hours candle, 8 hours candle. Okay? So when I come back here, what am I supposed to expect? A third push, right? Into the previous daily low. We just broke it. So we are going into the previous weekly low. What day are we? This was Monday. Tuesday, rebalanced what Monday did, gave us an entry around Asia because it's GBP AUD. So you have opportunities in Asia session and London session most of the time. So here we will only have continuation in New York, or maybe New York will not move as much, and we will see the next day take the move and push it further. So here, I think after 5 p.m. here is the real end of this day. Do we have an opportunity to sell? I don't know. Do we have volatility right now? Not much. Why? It's not the right session for this pair. So you should ask yourself, is my timing right? But what I'm expecting to see is a price that moves up like this and then drop like this to create 1, 2, 3 drop, or 1, 2, 3 pushes. Okay, so we are expecting a bearish move on GBP AUD, but it could also be the next day. Okay, because you see it here, you have the next formation after candle sweeping high, closing inside, come back, retrace, and it's maybe closing below. After closing here, we will target this key level. Okay, and this key level is near the previous weekly low. So we can write on our note GA, I'm writing down as well, GA bearish for next days. I will keep it there and I will move to the next candle. Do you see how this is how I hunt opportunities? I will not run behind the price because this is just reacting. You need to plan your move before, and price is inside here. I'm expecting to see price continue lower. We came late. If we had the session before, we could have caught this move from up here to down here. We go to EA, could be the same price action, but I will look at the daily candles first. What do we have? Push up and then we close inside. This is very good. I think we have something here. We have this low and this high. What do you have? You have an inside bar. What do you know about the inside bar? It's a compression. It's when price is moving like this. It's compressing. Okay? When price is moving like this, it will compress. And you will see the previous day high and the previous day's low will keep the next candle inside of it. So you have an inside bar. And this inside bar have extremes. And these extremes are previous daily high and previous daily low. Where is it? Previous daily high. I will just change the colors. And this is previous daily low. And mark it here. Good. Now I have the extreme of the first candle that was covering, but I know also that price is bearish. Why? Because after closing like this, and the next day came and tested this, because we have a key level here. Let's go on the daily time frame. We have a key level here, and you see how price is dropping from there. This key level reaction, this is the daily. You can see it's the same candle we've just seen here. This is previous, the opening of the week, but it's also the previous daily high and the previous daily low. When you drop on 1 hour, you will see it properly. When you see the dots, these different dots here are just the high of the previous day of that day. So previous day, okay. It means what? It means today, our previous daily high is here, previous daily low is here. We wicked the weekly open and drop lower. And we also show that on the daily time frame, we are inside, okay? Like I told you here, we are inside of this because we respected his highs and his lows. It's an inside bar. We rejected from the weekly open. Where are we going? Down here, at least this. So what I'm thinking now is how could I enter to continue and touch this level on Euro AUD? This is the target, the short-term target. But I guess with this big imbalance here and looking at the higher time frame, what are we doing? We expect to see price drop lower. So EA, very bearish. Most of the time, when I have correlated like GA and EA, close to close on my notes, I will put 2 stars on EA because I think it's a better option and it's clear to understand, and we have room to move, okay, because of the lowest point of the inside bar. So I'm going to mark my inside bar, which is here and here, previous daily high and previous daily low. I know we already marked it here, but I was just explaining to you. We had previous high and low. Price reacted from the weekly open, and from that weekly open, price is pushing. Is there any question, guys? You can type your questions here at the same time as I'm explaining. And from here now, I will see price continue lower. You have the right to wait, because after this, most of the time I go to the H8. If you don't have the one that, because I have many small indicators that I've been searching to help me understand the division of time, but you can mark your H8 by yourself. You can mark them here, but you don't need the H8. You come on H1, okay? And what you have to observe is how liquidity formed, okay? Remember, we had the higher time frame here. We had the higher time frame, weekly, daily. We understand the calendar today and the key levels. The key levels, when you look at this price action here, where could be the key level? Where did price react to? This was a close, and if I do like this, you will see that price reacted from this daily resistance, because it's a valley. We have a peak and a valley here, and price came and reacted there. You see how price reacted from here? This is my key level. So if I go back on the same time frame, what could be the target? If this was my peak, where's the valley I'm targeting? It's here, right? This is where price could go. And do you see where it is? It's around the previous weekly low. So I know price should go in this direction, higher time frame, calendar and key level direction, daily and H4. What do I mean H4? On H4, after the rejection that you had on H4, after price rejecting, because it was around, let's go on the daily and we can see it. Open, close, it was around here. So this is where the rejection started. We're gonna go on H4 and find it again. Here, you see, this is where we started the reaction. And do we have any break of structure on H4? Break of structure, I mean the key level. We have one here. If we break one level of break of structure before touching, not after, but before touching this, so you can probably, if you're new, you can put a vertical line. Everything that happened before this line that got broken is a valid confirmation of breakout structure. Market structure confirmed that we are going lower. So when you have that on a lower time frame, you will find yourself with many breakout structures. This is how you come and validate your direction, okay? When you go now here on H1, your zone and structure will be very easy to see because you already have an idea of the direction. You see on M15, price is moving lower, creating lower low and lower highs. So you know the next window of time, which will be New York session, starting about 8. You can mark it here. You take a line, you put 8 like this, and you look for 11 here. So you know in this zone, you can even take a rectangle. I'm just showing you how to use your own chart without using indicators. You don't need indicators. You can take down and remove all this, and you can lock this one. When you lock it, you know this is the zone of price where you want to see. When price will come in here, I will wait and see what I can do to buy or to sell. You have the direction, you have the target, you have this daily key level, you have the previous weekly low, you have the previous daily low here, which is the extreme low point of our inside bar. If we break it with impulse, we can continue toward this one. So it's probable you find a trade like this and you target this low here. And this is on M15. Remember, I told you, if you don't want to enter like this, you wait for a high pricing sequence. Price will give you something like this, sweep, rebalance, and then drop, like it did here. Like here, when it was moving down, it did also here. Like here, moving up, it did here. You see? So you will find opportunities, but you come and look for them inside your window. I will keep this on my checklist. EA is a very good one today. Now you go to GBP, JPY. You see, GBP, JPY, what do you have here? We go on the daily or weekly. Weekly time frame, next candle theory. After a big expansion bearish move like this, I don't expect price to create a second one move like this. I know price will pause for a moment. You have certain times like this where you have a big candle and then another big candle. But right after that, what you have, it's a pause, okay? So I rather expect a pause after an expansion than another expansion because it happens rarely. If you show me somewhere else here where it did, I will clap for you because I don't think on a weekly time frame we can find 2 weeks that are expanding. You can see one here that like expansion high and then expansion low. But if you go and look on the left, you'll find the reason why price reacted to that level. You see? And on a weekly, like we are right now, what do? We expect to see price continue lower. But as we see here, price reached already the previous week low. Okay, so I'm gonna drop on the daily to see what I have to do here. We still have a lot to rebalance up here. I don't think price will continue lower right now, but also look at this. You see the orange lines. I'm not talking about them, but you should know what it is. They are previous monthly low. Okay, the previous monthly low, and here we have the previously monthly high, the orange lines that you have here. And look at what price did. Price broke the previous monthly low with this big move. After we broke it, we stayed below. You see that price is ranging, right? This is not for me a good situation to trade in on the daily time frame. But what I will wait is to see price come back to the weekly low, maybe to retrace again. Or if price on the daily closing side, I will then target this key level. You see here? I will wait for this key level. And so it means for on GBP JPY, I don't see something clear for me, because yesterday Monday was bullish, and then today we started bearish without touching the highs, which is contradictory to the direction of the week, because the week is dropping. We know this could be a pause, and as price stayed below the monthly low, we stayed here. Price is playing around here. I don't know at what time price will break out, but we are in breakout on the monthly, but not on the weekly, because the weekly we rejected the previous weekly low, and we came back inside, but we still bearish. So the risk of coming back down is very big. We don't know if we need to go up or down. You see how not clear sometimes these markets can be, and you avoid trading this pair. You just observe, okay? But maybe tomorrow it will be clear. You don't know, okay? So don't force yourself on a pair that you don't really see clearly. Let's go on euro. It's almost the same scenario. We have the weekly, very big move. This week started, but staying here inside the range below the monthly low, sorry. And we tried to go back inside, then we price pushed us back down. And now I'm expecting to see this market continue lower, but it's not the most common thing we should expect from a price action after a big expansion that broke the monthly low. So we are on a low of a monthly. We rejected the previous weekly. You can see down here, I will show you the divergence. This line, these are equal lows, showing that we have liquidity here, but this candle has not closed yet. So if I go on H8, you will see we did not close yet. If you go on H4, we closed now, but the thing is we left equal lows. These equal lows can be a target later. If I come on GBP JPY, what do we have? We don't have the same thing. Let's see, what time is it? It's 1 p.m. and here it's 5:1, and this is 9. Okay, 9 and 1. Let's go back on GBP. Let's find 9. 9 is here, and 1 is where? Here. You see, there is a divergence. So you can mark this and call this a divergence. Price swept previous daily low and previous weekly, but did not do the same on Euro JPY. So Euro should be, in this case, the strongest candle. It means if I go on Euro GBP right now, you will see that price was moving up. Euro was stronger. Okay? If we find the same 9 and the same 1, where's 1? You see, price is moving up. This is how you can understand that Euro is the best to buy from. So when I come back on Euro JPY, I know this is the best one to buy from. GBP JPY also you can buy, but can you see that we have a bearish strength here? So Euro JPY is starting to become a more possible trade that we can take. And you come here closer on the daily time frame. We will mark the previous daily low and the previous daily high. This is the previous daily low. Let's catch this as a previous daily high. And now, what do we have? You see that these two candles are inside bars. Inside bars of which one? Of this guy in yellow. We have this high and this low. And this is the exact point of the previous weekly low. So the inside bar is a compression. What does that mean? Price is compressing. Price is going down like this and compressing like this, which is something that can give us an opportunity of big expansion back inside or down here. But I already had a rejection on the weekly and I closed inside of my inside bar. I came back and I am right here. So I have to observe now to wait and see. If I drop on H4, are we putting inside? Yes, we are pulling inside. If this H4 close inside my inside bar, I will look for a buy. Do you see that? Do you see how I came from the GBP and understood what euro was doing, that euro was more bullish, and now I see confluences that's showing me that euro can go inside. Now I have an idea on euro JPY. I will mark it on my notes and write it here, EJ bullish. You can even explain why. You can say it coming back in the inside bar H4. This is my thesis for Euro JPY. I know price, if this H4 close inside, I will expect to see price continue, and maybe the next H4 will be a bullish move, and that's how you can catch it. If I drop on M15, what was the day doing? I had the first session, this is Asia, from here to here. I had the first session that was bearish. Second session came, broke out. Did we close in breakout or in fake out? We came, broke out, and we are coming back inside. So if I mark the previous session low, are we inside or outside? If we close inside, it's a failed breakout. So London couldn't break out of the Asia session, then I will expect to see New York continue to move inside. So my thesis going up is confirmed, and I will wait now. What time? My second window, it should be around 8 and 11, but you must be careful, because if this is the reversal already, let me go check it here on H1, you can see we already had a reversal. We had a sweep on M15 or M30. I would maybe look for what I just showed you, high prices sequence. So we have the sweep here. Okay, everything about the high pricing sequence, let me mark it in green so you can recognize it. Okay, we have the sweep here. Then we have a break, the real break of structure. The expansion is forming. It will be my change in direction, confirmed. I have an imbalance right inside here. Inside what? This is the lowest point of the last session. If I come down here and mark it around here, you have the imbalance. And I will mark it with text or like this, something lighter. Okay, you have an imbalance. Then price could probably come back here. This is how you find yourself a good entry. This is previous daily low. Okay, I don't need to mark it because I already have the line drawn here. Okay, but just for the sake of everyone to see, I have the change in direction, which is the break, the relevant break of structure on M15. We had the sweep first, then price came, and now we have something rejecting from the previous session, which is Asia session, and we already rejected from the weekly low, knowing that we are in divergence with GBP USD, GBP JPY, sorry, we know now price can continue higher. So now the simple entry we can prepare is this with 25 pips, 25 pips of stop loss, and we can target the previous daily high or our today's high. It will come valid. Why? Because after this bearish candle, we closed below. You can see we tested below here, the lowest point of the previous day, so Friday's low, and we came and closed bullish. So all this was just a liquidation to grab all the early buyers that came. We had a point to stop. We stopped on the previous weekly low, and now we are going back up. So we know if price move with an imbalance here, we can have a retracement, and that mitigation will give us the continuation price we can take. So I'm going to mark this, and I'm going to send to you guys an entry. We are hunting setups. They respect the same level of confluences. I can take this and put 1,000 pips, no, 100 pips. So it can give us a H4, but I can also push it to 5, like here. So we know exactly where we're going. We have equal highs here. This was engineering. Then we have liquidation. This could be the distribution. Do you see that on a higher time frame? So inside of this, once we reject the low of the inside day, where should we target? The opposite side of the inside day. Same thing I just said, but in other terms, okay? And this is how we can catch this Euro JPY trade today. So I'm going to mark this, take this this entry, and we're gonna wait to see if price will give us this entry. I'm put an alert here, and I'm gonna send it in the community right now, so you guys, you can also take this entry. If you cannot, if you don't take the entry because of price of the time or your own management, just put half risk here and wait to see what price will do. Okay, but now you understand how I catch the moves. But I already have something on Euro. I have EJ. I write it down. First one, it's a 3-star entry. I will wait for price to come back, give me this trade, and then let it move from down to up here. We swept previous daily low. We came back inside. I'm expecting to see price continue in the other direction. Protected below this low. We could have something very strong here. We have the previous monthly low, like I told you, which could be a stop. This will be one of our goal right below this previous weekly low, and we will catch another goal here. I can also mark another one here, so you can protect your entries right before price come back here for the retracement. So we have this. I will take it, bring it here. It was EJ. Remove everything. Come here. Take the coordinates. I will take this. My entry is this, and we have 25 pips. Okay, I come here, put like this, put my entry around here, and we have this, and we expect to see price return, and I will put this for 125 pips. And this is the trade I can get today. We go on M15, everything is marked, but just to remind you guys what we had a sweep of liquidity down here. We had the retest of the previous weekly low. And from the retest of the previous weekly low, we had a push back up that gave us the change in direction. After this change in direction, what do we expect? We expect price to come back inside this imbalance, and we can target the previous daily's highs. This is what we get, and this is what we expect. I put my marker here, clean. If I miss this trade, I will not regret, because everything is aligned, and I will do the same tomorrow. I will take this 100 times, but I know on the 100 times, it will pass more than 70%. Okay, so this is the trade. I'm going to capture this. We download the image. We go back now on base, the idea. There's no mystery, guys. This is how I do it. It's very easy. I'll take every entry point and I will just type it. Okay, I have every entry point. We go on here. This is a UJ entry. Okay, let me catch it now. UJ. Can you write it? You can also write it down, guys. We are doing it together. Euro JPY, market idea, point of interest is here. Copy, drop. We grab the stop loss, it's 25 pips. We copy this. It's our invalidation point. We catch this as our final goal. So I can put it as goal 3, I think, because we have a lot of room. Goal 3 here. Copy this. Okay, how many pips we have to protect ourselves? This will be our goal 1. And then I will just double this to have the goal 2. I will see if it matches with my price action. Yeah, I have a level here. I will just push it above, like here, and then catch this. 60 pips, goal 2. And we already know what is goal 3, right? Copy, paste. And here we just put our goal 3. And we are back here. And now I will catch this, screenshot this. I already did. Maybe I can put the reference for goals. I don't know if it's very necessary, but yeah, not too much stuff. Let's just keep it simple like this. If price does not come back, no problem. But we already had a valid entry with a point of interest and a validation point. Okay, everything's fine. I'm going to post this now. Copy. We come. We're about to close the call. I know I can keep going, guys. No problem. But the thing is, okay, we have Euro, JPY. Put it here. We have an entry, market JPY, market idea. Let's address it to everyone. And then boom. Okay, I just sent it in the community. You can go there and see how I marked everything, and you can wait. When price reach this level, we can expect to have an entry. But the thing is, our analysis give us a good situation. We have the change in the state of delivery. That could also be where price could come back to. Like, let me see, 250 here. 250 is a big number. Price could maybe start the move from 250. Yes, this could be the entry, the real entry. For those who scalp the market, this will be the real entry. The one that I sent is for conservative entry when we wait and expect price to come back. But this one, most of the time, it's where I can enter. I will enter here and expect price to come maybe down here. So I will have a bigger stop loss, but I will not risk small. I will risk like 5% of my account, my personal account, and I will target like 1.5. So if the trade goes okay, I will have 10% win. And if it's a prop firm, I will just risk 3% or 2% here, and then pass the account with one trade. And here, let's put 2. Boom. Yeah, this is the perfect trade, this one. But very conservative. You have too much, you have enough room to see the price play out. You have the daily low as the your stop loss, and you have the daily high, like today's highs, as your target. So you just want to play around inside the range of today, but we know as an inside day, we rejected here. We are not coming back now because this is a big rejection below the inside day. We are targeting this high at least, and then we can come back. So that's what I'm trying to get here. This is another type of entry that I will take, but it's not the model. The model I've shown you is this one, okay? Because here you just pulled the 50% of your range, and that's where we entered, okay? You see? So now you wait for price to come back here and enter. And if it enters here and you are sure, you can catch this one with a buy stop. So when price will reach down here, you will just target and put a buy stop on this other entry. So price will come down and then start your entry, and then you put half risk here again and you continue. Now you have 2 opportunities going in the same direction. Okay, so this is how I hunt entries. This is how I hunt the market. And I don't follow price. I will wait for price to come and play out in my situation. Okay, guys. So we have something on EJ today. I hope you found this call valuable. I will keep going on this, and I will also see my indices. I have many pairs. We can, if we stay here, we'll do like 4 hours of call. It's not good for everyone here. We have other stuff to do. But the thing is, you should focus on a basket, and most of the time you will choose 1 or 2 pairs for the week because you already know what price is going to do on the weekly time frame. But what I did today is the case when you did not analyze on the week. You have to start from the weekly candle on every pair. The weekly candle, most of the time, I just do it on Sunday, and then I have like top 3 or top 4 pairs that I will focus on the week. So when I come on the daily to do the analysis, will be like 15 minutes per pair. And if I have 1 hour of work, I will have my basket clean and I know exactly what I will pick. And from there, I can take trades like this one, you see? And I will expect to see how price will do. And you don't need to trade everything. When you choose one, you stay on that one for the day. Don't choose 2 pairs for 1 day. You stay there. That's why I stopped the call here to show you that you don't need to look at more. You can find another one. You will think it's a better opportunity, and then you will overtrade. Okay? You have to take this one, take the loss. If you take it, journal your trade and ask yourself what went wrong, and then from there you can learn. But don't trade everything in your basket. Okay? If you went on the weekly, you would have the top 3. The top 3 would already have the EJ inside. So when you go on your top 3 and you go over them, you have more time to look deeper and understand what price is doing. But remember everything I told you, because it will help you focus on the right pairs. Okay, guys. So screenshot this. I will also screenshot it. Let me screenshot it, and I will share it in the community so everybody can see what we learned. Okay. Model of entry, behavior, lower time frame candle, liquidity. Liquidity is more from opening of the day. Okay. And we can also look at volume, fixed range, fixed range, fixed range. volume profile. Okay, it's the fixed range volume profile that will give you the exact idea about the liquidity. That's how I look at liquidity from the opening of the day, fixed range volume profile. I will just take this plus fixed range volume profile. So I will screenshot this. Let me do it right now. Okay, grab this. This is the process. This is the process. You think higher time frame, and then we wait for your alerts. And when your alerts arrive, this is what you have. Okay, I will save this. Okay, and process. Boom. I saved it. Thank you very much, everyone. Let's meet in a few hours. I will be again on the charts around 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be all connected on the charts. I will take live entries if I can, but this EJ trade that I sent is already valid. I know price is coming back down here, and it will give us an entry. Yeah, I guess so. So now, what am I looking at? Yeah, here we had this. I'm going to share it, and I will end the call now. Thank you, everyone, for being present. Perfect. Thank you again. Okay, guys. So take care of yourself, and see you in a few hours. Okay? Bye-bye.